Then I talked about Finstagram. This is actually kind of something I want to talk about a little more. So I saw that Hallie Bailey and her boyfriend DDG have finally decided to show a picture of their baby. And here's why I think that this is weird. I think that this is weird because, like, they are like public figures at this point, at least public figures in the black community. So obviously they're just gonna like go places. So, but the part here that's strange is I don't think it's everyone. I feel like most regular people with like regular lives have like seen babies in the world, right? They've seen black babies and white babies and they've seen like human children out in the world doing shit. I'm not sure why what they believe is so special about their baby that like he like he can't be seen in the world like that. I'm definitely not saying that they should like share every single day pictures and videos and shit of the baby. I don't think that. But I think that, if they're going to share holiday pictures and shit like that, like regular photos, and the kid is there, like, why wouldn't you show that picture? That's like a normal thing in life. So it's very strange to have, like, these people who are just believing that, like, an image of their kid is so, like, coveted. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I didn't think I would be agreeing with DDG on anything, but still okay. I actually talked about this earlier, and yeah, it kind of seems like it's useful to bring it back up now. Um, so like I saw a picture of I can't I really think that there's like a real issue in the black community specifically where like people just to like mainstream society in general where people just don't know what like black children look like, how they just don't know. They're just not really like around in I guess kiddie spaces like um and then I really do understand people are trying to be like really protective of their family because like social media and stuff. But like if you're gonna be a person who like doesn't do any social media things, then just don't do any social media things. But if you're gonna do social media things, then I mean, like, just do it normally, right? Like, just do normal social media things. I don't know if I actually have more to say about that, but like, I really echoed. I heard his comment, and I agree with what he said, which is basically like, it's like exhausting when we're doing like regular things, like going to the mall or going out, going to the movie theater, and we have Halo, but we just won't go because we're trying like not to bring him out. And yeah, so now it's like inhibiting you from doing like regular shit in your regular life because you're so concerned about social media and other people. That's kind of a part of being like an influencer or being on the internet. Like people are going to see you, they're going to have ideas around you. But I think like some of the comments were really weird. I don't know who they were from. If they were from, I don't know. But if these were from other black people, that's just so fucking strange. Like their baby looks like a perfectly like healthy, normal black kid. That he looks like a black baby. Like I don't for you, if you're black and you're like literally sitting there talking down to a black baby, you're anti-black, and you should probably check yourself. There's a whole other thing when like I made criticisms about Hallie, how I personally don't like the way that like her appearance. I don't think it's not that I don't think that she's ugly, but I don't like I think it's weird to be pushing Hallie in like beauty categories when we just have other examples who have a lot more beauty in my opinion. But whatever, like I said, Hallie's also an adult though. But I will say like there's a lot more people, especially in the black community, who look like Hallie than look like other people. So there is a sort of thing about percentages wise and things like that, where you need to have a representative. If like 50% of the population looks more like Hallie, then you probably should have somebody who looks like Hallie, so that people know like what that is and it's familiar and stuff. um but also like, how can I say it, like in so many like youth spaces, it's just been like this for so long. That's why so many people are like advocating for representation, and they say it over and over, we need representation, because in like all the spaces, all the kiddie spaces, all the young adult spaces, there like won't be any Black people at all. They just will have none. And so when you have like large things that like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, all these things that are supposed to be for everyone, and you've excluded people who are like here and a part of your community, it gives other people the idea that they don't exist. And now it's unfortunate because like DDG and Hallie now have to be this like representative of like a Black family that like other people look up to for things like a nuclear family. And like they really shouldn't have that burden because they are very young and are trying to just like live their lives. But then DDG goes on and starts to make some classist statements, which I don't know. I think they should just be unpacked. He's all like, oh, the people who are making it hit me some kind of way. The people who are making this statement, they're like big back bitches and they are like living at home with their parents, and you guys are probably poor and living on welfare and all this stuff. And I don't know if that's true. The reason that I think that is useful to unpack is because like for the most part, he's actually probably right, because like statistically, if you're Black in America, that is like your situation. But so I would just kind of wonder though, like especially people who are living in that particular state or whatever, like if that's a sitch, right? Why, like you would look more like Hallie and DDG than anyone else. So why would you be like calling yourself ugly? Somebody gotta make it make sense to me, because I'm not understanding. Not everything is for me to understand though, I will say that. Like, but I literally said this earlier. I was like, yeah, it's probably exhausting for them to like not be able to do normal shit in life because they're trying so hard to like hide their kid from the internet, when because they like go out and do things. So it's weird. It's weird. But honestly, I gotta say, like, I don't have much more to say about it. I do think it's just fucked up that like these really two young Black people have to be the face of like the nuclear family in the Black community, when there's like centuries of other Black people who've come before them. Because like these are just, they're like brown or Black people. It's not like there's someone who's incredibly light skinned and you're like wondering, oh, I don't know the heritage of, and then it's not also someone like some continental African. It's like these, like when you're talking about like what Black Americans look like Hallie and DDG both like very much so. It's like we know, and they're like they're fine people. They're like really average, like decent looking people. Okay, like neither one of them is like grotesquely ugly. I'm not saying that. I don't feel that way. It just feels so fucked up for them to have, for this to be the burden of like them existing. Like there's like so much weight being placed on their on these are conservative political talking points being placed on, I would assume, kind of like liberal young Black entertainers who are not trying to like push religion on anyone else. And I think that's not their burden to bear. And I feel bad for him and her for having to like deal with that. But I don't know, maybe they want that. I'm really not sure. But I guess we also saw it. We've seen this before, right? With like Blue Ivy and Beyonce's kids, where people were just attacking them for their looks, when in reality they just look Black. It's just, You're just calling people ugly because you think that they're black. Like ugly and black go together, and that's just it's just not the case. And I think like it's just really important for us to have like a broad range of people to like look at and to have so many examples of shit so that we don't have to like only look at one person and be like, that there it is, you know. I don't know, just my thoughts.